What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I'm here today to do a new installment in my Monolithic Pulse series. This is the segment in which I talk to you guys about extreme music that ventures outside of the realms of metal. And if I'm going to get the ball rolling with this series in 2017, I may as well start off with something that was very crucial to me beginning this series on this channel. And of course, I'm talking about the project known as Venator. This is going to be about the brand new debut full-length that he just recently put out this at the beginning of this year, entitled Cybertheism. Self-released digitally through Bandcamp, and it will be available as a physical CD through Unbound Beasts. To refresh your memory, this project was one of the very first bands that I talked about upon my inaugural opening of this series on this channel. And if you're not familiar with Venator, it's a one-person project, of course, the same name as the artist, Venator, based out of Canada. And this is a project that delves into really dark, synth-heavy, cyber-electronic music, synthwave, cyberpunk, chiptune. Lots and lots of ways to describe music like this, but it's all the way futuristic and catchy. Very dark, very conceptual, very rooted in extreme music, science fiction, lots of really awesome influences. I talked about this project's EP from a few years ago called Odyssey. It was a really good EP, and pretty much this project had continuously began to grow and get more in-depth and more detailed. And now we have this debut album entitled Cybertheism. It's far and away a very big way to get the ball rolling, because this is a very lengthy album. It's 11 tracks, and it clocks in at around 67 minutes in length, so this is definitely something that you really need to strap yourself in for, be fully prepared to just streamline right all the way through it. This isn't something that you should skip past or skip through or anything like that. I like the fact that this album has a very, very elaborate and unique concept for it. Basically, there's a storyline beneath all of the music being presented here. And if you guys don't mind me, I'm going to go ahead and read to you the synopsis of this particular release from Venator. Victor Moore, a lost soul, a bounty hunter, a protector of the people, one of the survivors of a horrible government super soldier experiment gone wrong. But when history repeats itself and a new foe, the almighty juggernaut, is let loose to command hate and violence, will Victor be there to defeat a former friend? Set in September 2072 in New America, the supercontinent of the future overrun by neon lights, bright towers, crime and villainy, Victor Moore, a 25-year-old amnesiac bio-enhanced vigilante who's better known as Venator number 5507, one of the last of his kind, must fight a new enemy, the alpha test subject in an experiment gone wrong, the Juggernaut, a possessed superhuman representing the purest strain of spiritual evil and destruction at the helm of hundreds of hostile androids let loose. The only person who can test the Juggernaut is 5507, and this will prove to be the biggest challenge of his life, and he'll need some help. There was no way I would have gotten all of that shit in my crib notes, so that's why I had to read it off of my phone, so I apologize for that. But anyway, this is a very elaborate concept, and definitely the music that is presented here on Cybertheism backs it up. I like the way that things get started with, in the not-so-distant future. Pretty much you hear the vocals, the audio samples being presented, spoken word sort of stuff, and then once you get right into the midst of things with the music, that's when you get the full-on best moments of Venator throughout this release. Especially the fact that an album like this can incorporate additional elements of music. You have more of an emphasis of bass guitars, regular guitars, extra synths, some vocals here and there. I like the fact that this album doesn't try to stick to just being strictly electronic. I like that there's a lot of diversity when it comes to a release like this. When you hear the bass on the track Victor Moore's theme, to when you hear guitar playing being done on the track, what's the one track I first hear guitar? Yeah, Apache Motherfucker. Yeah, that's where you hear some really, really good guitar riffs going on that track. I really think that's an awesome inclusion to the overall awesome aesthetics that the music brings, but as far as the actual synths in electronic music is concerned, it's just phenomenal stuff to listen to. It's very brooding, and it gets more brooding and more elaborate as the record goes on. Listening to songs like Acheron Spectre, Reign of the Phoenix, One with the Machine, even to the track that has some singing on it, Beyond the Night. Really, really incredible music being played here. Great beats, great presentations, very, very strong and elaborately done here. Yeah. And I like the fact that a lot of these songs are lengthy. This is definitely some storytelling material to be driven here, especially with the title track, which is pretty much the longest song on here at about 16 minutes. It's definitely a journey. It's definitely an experience. And it makes you appreciate the fact that a lot of these songs are so structured and so well balanced. I like the fact that there was a lot of time and effort being put into a release like Cybertheism. And knowing that that a project like this exists and music like this exists, it makes you want to appreciate what Venator is all about. Of course, you have a lot of the musical projects that are notable and well known today, like Perturbator or Ghost or Dan Terminist or Carpenter Brute. And I would say give it some time, and I would consider Venator to be something to be looked into and paid attention to within the coming years. I really do see big things coming from a project like this, and an album like this really is going to pave a way for why cyberpunk and synthwave and electronic music has a place within the realms of extreme music. And yeah, this is an absolutely badass album. Like I said, this is something that you really need to be strapped into to fully comprehend and understand it. It's elaborate, it's lengthy, it's dark, it's brooding, but you're going to have a great time listening to it. And there is just a lot of incredible music to be heard on here. Very well written record, very suspenseful at times, but overall, you're just going to be in the groove of things, and that's what I enjoy the most about Cybertheism. This is a really awesome album. So yeah, I'll leave you a link in the description box to the Venator Bandcamp where you can stream this album in its entirety. I believe it is a name your price digital download. You can download it for free, or you can definitely contribute a little something to the artist. That way something can get done for future releases. And I believe the label known as Unbound Beasts will be producing physical copies of this. I believe my very good friend Mr. Jeffrey Ali runs the label, and I believe this is going to be the start of greater things for a label like that to distribute something like this. So if you want to get a physical copy of a Venator record, look up to Unbound Beasts and keep an eye on Venator's social media for more information and details. So yeah, definitely support Venator. This is going to be a great album to listen to for anybody into electronic music, and hopefully this will be the start of greater things to come for this segment on this channel. If there's any interesting music within electronic music, industrial, experimental music coming out this year, and let me know what's up, and I will most likely be covering it here. So yeah, support Venator. I'm going to conclude this video. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel, and until the next time, Armijo out.